Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this unboxing. I just got this today. This month I'll be getting some expansions that I've had on my wish list, and this is one of them. This is the expansion for Fighting Formations, Deutschland Division, from GMT Games, designed by Chad Jensen, which would be this one right here. Okay, this is the first game, and this is the expansion to the series. This came out, I think, the beginning of the year, and I thought I'd pick it up because, as you all know, then when you decide to get any of these games or an expansion or whatever, if you don't hurry up, you might find yourself that it went out of print, and then you have a hard time finding them, or you have to pay more for it. Anyhow, the box is your typical size expansion, okay? A lot smaller if we compare to the original here. Alright, and this would be the back of the box here. Okay. They added some new units like the Tiger and the T-34, I think it is. There's about 10 maps there. This time they are double-sided. Alright, the complexity of the game is, as you can see here, on a 6 scale on GMTs, and solo scale is around 5. Now, you know, that all depends on your thoughts on it. You can play it solo. It does have some hidden units. Well, it would be a spotting chits you have, okay, but you can play it solo. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. These are the new units. You have your Soviet Su-76, your Su-85. You have a T-34C, a T-26B, the MK Tiger 1, I think this is the earlier version. You have a Panzer 3M, you have a 7.5 Pak 40 anti-tank gun, and then you have some low quality troops representing the GD Gross Division artillerymen forces. I think this is focused around town of Kharkov. Alright, the battles around the town there in Ukrainian, when the Grossland division was trying to fill those gaps. Alrighty, so anyhow, let's get into what's inside. I already cut the shrink here a little bit. It comes around to about, I think I paid it, I have 34 euros for it, for the expansion, so it's not too expensive. It's a typical GMT quality. So if I can open the box here. Alright, still the GMT box. And then we have the Playbook. From what I've been reading, what they really focused on here, because this is done by Brian Van Norwick. Okay, the design is by Chad Jensen. Okay, but I suppose he supervised this, and the design for this expansion was done by Brian. All right, and what Brian did here, I think what they focused on was to have smaller scenarios. All right, so playing time was a concern in the first game, and I think this is what they focused on here. So we have the playbook with a little bit of introduction. You have your historical notes here. If the camera wants to focus here. Okay. Because this starts off in, I think it was 1943. Yep, 1943, and I think it goes on to 1944. All right, because this system, which I really find interesting, because you have your platoons, which deploy to squads, and you have your tanks, which also deploy to single units, and there's a whole interesting system behind what Chad did here with the fighting formations. All right, so I really find it interesting. I really enjoy this game. This is a look at the scenarios, and as you can see here, well, in this case, the 3 dots here on top of the right there, 3 dots represent that's at a platoon, okay? And when you have 1 dot, like over here, that represents a single unit, or in case of the infantry, it would be a squad. Okay, so pretty nifty thing here. These are your command markers, all right, where you would have this command marker, and depending on the scenario, you would have where it says here command mark radius. German has 3. That means that wherever you set that command marker, you have a radius of 3 hexes that's in that command range, and that has to do with initiative and the points you pay for moving your units. It has a very interesting order matrix, which makes this game a lot of fun, especially playing against someone else, because there's a lot of gameplay that you do against your opponent, taking away actions from him on the order matrix. Okay, like I said before, you can see here that this is a single squad. All right. The same way you can deploy them before your movement, you can also group them back to a platoon. All right. Okay. And here we're in another scenario, 1943. So yeah, the basic idea here is, I think they had, apart from bringing up an expansion, which was already mentioned in the first game, that this was going to be a system with expansions later on. What they focused on here was to make the games a bit shorter. All right, the scenarios shorter. So yeah, that should be map 10. Okay. 1944, Ukraine, 8th of January. With your order of battle here for each side. So this would be the playbook. Then we have a small half sheet of counters here. Counters look real nice. I really like the counters in this game. Okay. You got your, you see your 3 dots here, which means that's a platoon. Well, I don't know what they call them. The Soviets call them, whether they were platoons or how they called them. The Tiger mark. I think this is an early Tiger. The Panzer III. So it's going to be fun. having these tanks in this game, aside from the tanks you already have. Okay, this would be your normal side, and this is your, your active side. Okay, this is different to other war games. When you flip the side with the white band on it, that means that this side is you activated this unit. It's not like in other games where you would flip the counter and it would be halved. Okay, this works differently. Sturdy or thick. All right. So these will be your counters. You get 2 new play rates, because since there's new units, then this is reflected here on the table. If my camera wants to focus here a bit, ready? I guess not. Okay. All right. Artillery. You have artillery as well. I really like the system. You got raids. You have entrenchment. I think, if I remember correctly, it's been a while. So you have 2 play raids here, and then you have your maps. Your maps are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all double-sided. Okay, now this I think, for example, be a smaller map. They're all double-sided, as you can see. So yeah, this would be your expansion here. The only caveat I have, a little sort of rant here, is the price, which I'm not saying this is expensive, but right now if you buy the first series here, the first game from GMT, it's on sale for $45, alright? And this right now costs $40, okay? And now this is your expansion, and you saw what's in there, but for $5 more, let me show you. I mean, look what you get. Okay, I mean it's quite ridiculous. Okay, the amount of counters, and you got your dice. You got a bunch of dice here. I mean, look at all this. It's crazy. All right, and that's for $45 more. But hey, what can I say? I don't know. I guess it it boils down to the box and the production cost and all of that stuff. All right, but anyhow, this is my unboxing for Battle for Kharkov. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Bye bye.